I don't know if it's my phone. I don't know what the hell it is, but we finally got Skrilla Scrooge on the line.
Here I am.
Period. Let's go. So since we not on yours and we on mine, I'm gonna let you to introduce yourself.
For the two, it's your boy Skrilla School, JK, Warrior City, on the house. You know what I'm talking about? Whole love. I'm here.
Period. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So you got a new single out?
Yeah, I got a new single out on February. Called, The City. It's a follow up to a single that I had called All Hail the King, and then All Hail. It's a third version of the song that I got coming out. Completely different, but I like to go with the same thing.
That is different. I think that's super neat. Like it's rare that you find somebody that do like three different, of one. I like that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So what about your up and coming projects?
So that's one of the up and coming projects that I have coming out, and then directly after that, I have another project coming. I'm releasing 2 singles per month at this moment. We're completely independent, so we get 100% of releases I release. The more funds that we receive, the more revenue generate, the faster I work. You know what I'm saying? So at this
Yeah.
moment, I'm looking forward to putting out as much as singles as possible.
And we ready, and we waiting, and we waiting, and we ready. Okay, so tell us about your girl Strawberry interviews is still all wrapped around, journeys. I love to hear about journeys. Tell us about your journey.
Okay. So originally, I'm from Arizona, born and raised. LA for the last 10 years. Obviously, when I got out here originally, I had I hit the ground running. You know what I mean? I was at the award shows, VP award shows, award shows, red carpet everywhere I went. The more you gain traction in Los Angeles, the more you're out, the more you're behind. So I'm at the point in my career where people know who I am, but at the same time, you prefer to stay behind the scenes. There's more profit, there's more money, there's more opportunity for progression behind the scenes where I'm at currently. And that's what I do. So I help out a lot of artists, shoot videos, manage them, put their music out, and also edit. But at the same time, I'm still an artist and I want to perform. So we do a lot of shows out here. We do a lot of promotion out here. We do a lot of flyers, videos, modeling, anything that you think of, like we can help accommodate for that. That's what we do.
So how long have you been on this journey? Like, can you tell us when you originated? Like before you originated, first of all, like give us all that.
Okay, so day one, I came out the womb, right? But I've known I've wanted to do this for the life. I was about 14 years old when I realized that I have unique talent as an individual that can formulate songs with beat industry. These people will listen to them pretty seriously. I come out to California. Now I'll say we'll just say 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, when I came out to California, and it was do or die. It was either successful or you go back to your hometown as a non-success.
Right.
So that's serious. Ever since, push button in this cruise, we came together create a brand. We brand ourselves. We put our own product out, and, and ever since we did everything in the house, we receive percent of the profits. So once you start percent of the profits, then that's where we're at.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. I feel that. So, what are your plans for 2023?
So my plans for 2023 is to one put out at least 2 singles per month. That's why in February we have 2 singles coming out, and after that I'm going to push it to the limit. Um, at this moment in my career, unfortunately, this is what you call the crossroads, which means I'm successful enough to retire, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not successful enough to be satisfied with my body at work. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
We're going to continue to push out singles and try to get as much traction as possible. At the same time, put out quality work as possible. So you're looking at at least the next 5 years of at least 2 singles per month generated from Push Button Entertainment. You know, he produces all my music and stuff like that. So that's where we're at this moment. You know, we really feel like we have all the factors that will contribute to being a success in the music industry, and not just for success, like mid-level. We're
Mm-hmm.
level. We're trying to go next level. We're trying to go next level up, and that's where we're at this moment. You know what I mean? It's hard enough being an independent artist, music, but it's even harder when you're an independent artist in the music industry with no backing. So since we left our backing, which we at this moment, but anybody that follows my brand knows who it was. At this moment, we're responsible for 100% of our success, and what that means, and that means we're responsible for 100% of our you feel. But I wouldn't have it any other way. It's do or die. It's Game 7, Super Bowl, win or go home, and I love it.
I tell people that all the time. I'm like, okay, see, let's go. You play hard or you go home. That's just how it is, babes. So who inspired you?
uh Man, who didn't inspire me? You know what I mean? Coming from the neighborhood that I came from, like they say, either you have a jump shot or you're a rapper. Coming from where I come from, those were your options. So I more gravitated toward the music industry. So coming up, obviously Wayne was the GOAT. Lil Wayne was the GOAT to me. Daddy was the GOAT to me. And then as I embarked in the music industry, Drake became the greatest. You know what I mean? And Carter became the greatest to me because you start to see a different aspect of the industry. So you're looking at like Sean Curtis, and Jackson, and Lil Wayne, and you're looking at where they started compared to where they ended up. You look at where they started compared to where they ended up. And I've had the same type of startup. I would like to end up where they I would like to end up like a Master P, which is, you know, not everybody may have gravitated to my music in that fashion, but at the time they reckon they might not have accepted your music as much as they accept other people's music, but at the end, they recognize your hustle way more than they recognize other people's hustle. So once you money is the ultimate equalizer. Once you get paid literally in the industry, then you can do whatever you want. I always like 150,000 and Big Boy. After they make their money in the industry, they chose the people they wanted. They went their own way. went their own path. They did what made them feel good. We're just on that threshold at this point. You know what I mean? We're just very
Mm.
bored, which is a new experience for me. We're walking the red carpets. We're going to award shows, which is a new experience to me. More new experiences that you accommodate and receive, the more you want. And the more you receive, the more you get, the more you're okay with it, and the more in-depth things become important.
Mm. I
Recognition
can
for
agree with that.
music and for their talent, we've got that. Now at this moment, thank you for it. And that's where we're at this moment. We're getting conversation.
I feel that. I most definitely feel that. So speaking of artists, like who would you like to work with in the industry 2023?
I want to work with everybody.
You
Any
wanna work with everybody?
everybody. Anybody want
Mm.
to work with them, to be honest. But if you have me at top, man, I'm very top. You know what I'm saying? I would love to work with Drizzy. I
Mm-hmm.
I love to work with Nicki. I love to work with Cardi B. I mean, and then after that, everybody's equally.
Yeah.
I work with anybody.
I feel that. I most definitely feel that. So do you
Oh,
have any upcoming tours?
my boy ASAP Rocky, that he already know. That's my boy. My boy French Montana. They already know. They already know.
Yeah.
Okay. God damn. We went down this road, so I got to mention my people. You know, West Coast,
Period.
bro. You already know, Chanel. I love you. You know what I'm saying? French Montana. No, that's my guy. Can't wait to do a song with you. ASAP Rocky. You already know. Surprise Cat. That's my dog right there. I can't wait to do a track with you. And I know
That's
personally,
fun.
they already know I can't work with them. So if I didn't say it, they'll probably be mad at me at this moment.
Yep. It's a very good moment because you know we gonna put it out there. And then you know they already know, like you said, them your guys.
Yeah.
So do you have any upcoming tours coming up?
We haven't done a tour since the pandemic actually started. Really, what we've been doing is generating videos for reels, which have generate the same type of income as shows. But we do have some shows coming up that are going to be outside of the city. I'm going to release 4 days, stuff like that. Nothing is free, but we're definitely going to go back out and start doing tours again. Last tour we did, we were in Miami, North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, and then back to Fort Lauderdale to fly back out to LA. I mean, I loved it, you know what I mean? But like I said, that was before the pandemic. Traveling is a little bit different, but we are going to go out of the location to shoot the next video that I got coming up. I'm going to keep that on the hush.
We don't want you to keep it on hush. We want you to tell us.
But that's coming up. The city's greatest, just know. The city's greatest. That's going to be single.
For sure, for sure. So how is it what's your experience like working with and being a part of Universal Music?
Oh, so this is the beginning part of my career. So artists are always searching for new talent, right?
Mm.
As they come to see a person already generating revenue, generating funds, and they can see if they can accentuate that. So when a
Mm.
or A&R comes to you, that means that you're already doing your thing. So they came in and the New Breed of Champions, two albums actually, All Hail the King and the New Breed of Champions. They came in and they mastered my tracks and then put promotion behind it. and generated another buzz me onto the awards I previously mentioned. Um, but all 360 deals are not created equal. You get what I'm saying? We realize if we put the same amount of income as they put, then we'll generate the same income that they receive. See, either as an artist, you're the last person to pay unless you're orchestrating. So that was a good learning lesson for me to learn. I was actually good enough to generate funds, and I was
Mhm.
a big enough star to set my own and have my own music, put out my own product, so where I can receive income on my own as label as two entities, which is me and my friend, which is Edric Stitch, Push Button. So for the first couple of albums, we which was Universal Music, which was at the time, to be honest, it was mastering anybody's music that came to them. We just happened to come, and that's why people always mention Universal when it comes to me, is because me into the spotlight to where people ask questions. But there were a lot of people that were using their services that didn't get catapulted into the spotlight because whatever reason. But
Mhm.
I don't fault them and I don't blame them. I actually appreciate them for done and for all the music that they have mastered, which is my music mastered by Universal Music Group. Time I put it out, it's got top quality sound, and I always appreciate.
That's good. So what would you say is, what don't you like about the industry? What would you say is a con in the industry, and what is a pro?
So pros and cons. All cons are it's a ruthless industry. It's unforgiving. It's not nice. And top quality talent, it will remind you of that really quick. As for me, I experienced a little bit of that, but I've experienced more of the pro, which means when you come into the industry and you get into a group of individuals that really mess with music, it's easy. In music industry where I'm from, which is Los Angeles, California, it's either you got or you don't. Either you got the in factor, you know, blue check, or you either you're validated or you're not. Money, you're not. There is no fake it. When you go out in public every day, you're just your shoes all the way up to your hat, the vehicle you drive. There is no gaslighting in the music industry. Either you got the talent, no. Thankfully, I was blessed with talent. Thankfully, I was with a producer who was able to make beats for me, record songs, mix them and master them, and put them out into the world to where they accept it. Even though a lot of people in the beginning didn't necessarily accept my talent as much, but I was resilient. I forward, and here we are now.
Let's go. Let's go. So, what would you like to give? What type of knowledge would you like to give to the up and coming artists?
What knowledge would I like to give to the up and coming artist? First one is always believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. Up and coming artists, always believe in yourself. Always do your research. Always move forward. When I come into a lot of artists who are up and coming who want to work with a person of my status, they're always referring to one project that they think is going to put them over the top, and that project not necessarily be what's going to put them over the top. So you always have to be working and generating new, new music, new beats. You always have to continue pushing forward. Never stop. No, the moment that you do that, your dream is effectively being killed, and your momentum is going to stop. You're going to press back into the person that you were before you leave. Don't do that ever.
I most definitely agree that you got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is. I'm just saying. Um, so what would you like to change about the industry?
I would not like to change anything about the industry because I can't change anything about the industry. But if I could change something about the industry, I would just be the proportions of the revenues that we receive. You can be an artist who has a big following and who puts out music, but if the social media doesn't follow, then you won't generate the revenue. That's
Mm-hmm.
sorry about that.
Good. That's most definitely correct, though, you guys. That's actually one thing about it. You know, you can have a massive following. You could do this, you could do that. That doesn't necessarily guarantee you the revenue. I most definitely agree with that. So you have to. It's a lot. It's a lot of back stuff with all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just point blank. Period. So is music your only motive for 2023, or would you like to like expand in like movies, things like that, and that sort?
I've had received a couple of movie roles. I'm reading over some scripts at the moment. It, I won't tell if I accepted any of them or not, but I have been in 6 commercials and 2 movies so far. Check my Wikipedia for those. But I don't mind acting. I really like acting. I just want to be taken serious. I just want to be considered seriously when it comes to music. So I'm very selective on the roles that I do take. I don't want to jeopardize my music career, but at the same time, I do like the money that comes with the roles. I can't do that. So more roles, a couple more movies, stuff like that. But as for my projection for the future, um, I'm extremely well making music, generate revenue from that. So I probably won't deviate from that ever. Um, that's probably my path for the rest of my remaining planet. But if anything presents itself, hey, I'm more than open to it. Right now, we make music, we generate beats, Spotify, Reels, iTunes, Apple Music, Title. That's one revenue. Then we have acting gigs, and we also have projects that we're working on that we're trying to pitch major labels and also major networks so we can get them working. So long story short, we do try to as much when it comes to generating revenue, but for the most part, you just what got you to this point in time, and that's
Mm,
pretty boisterous.
right. So, how has music overall changed your life?
Well, I come from a small town, a little city. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I grew up on dirt road in a small town. Now I live in Los Angeles, and I know a lot of I know a lot that would be considered colossal superstars in my city. Built a life up for myself. I've generated revenue. I set myself up for life. I set my friends up for life. You know, I can say I've done pretty well for myself. Done pretty well for people around me. My cup runneth over. So I must say, my life has dramatically because this wasn't my first career, and I will have to thank Five Beats. Fernando Ledesma is going to hate me for saying, but when I was a young guy in Tucson, Arizona, I was worried about the wrong things, and he put me in the studio and he forced me to write, forced nurture my talent. And when I got here to California, that role was took on by Andrew Stitt. If it wasn't for those two guys, my life would be completely different. If them, I wouldn't be here at the moment. So my
And
life,
I love that because a lot of people, they some people, they forget who put them on or who helped them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm all for the love, period. I mean, let's go because we all know this industry is hard. Sometimes it can be very, very um hard. So during your journey, did you have a like support system? Like, did your family support you when you decided, man, this is what I want to do? Or did you have friend support or whatever?
I'll be honest, it was all the time. You know what I mean? When I moved out
Mm,
to Los Angeles, I didn't know anybody. I had one car, but I had belief in myself. I drove hours in a vehicle out here to Los Angeles uh, without knowing anybody, and I proceeded to be the person that I am. I would like to say somebody helped me, and I'll tell you those two people that, and that's about it. Other than that, I've been on my own. But you know what? Looking back, I see how crazy it is. In that moment, I believed in myself. I had tremendous belief in myself. I was going to fail, but everybody knows they weren't going to fail until they fell.
right.
Believe it or not, I did not falter.
That's the thing. Faith, yeah, faith is everything. You have to believe in yourself, you guys, because I'm kind of my story is kind of like it. I didn't have no support, starting out or anything either. I just had to believe in myself. Um, what else was I gonna ask you? I think that was all of my questions for you. Do you want to cover something that I haven't covered? Would you like to throw something out there before we end the live?
No, you know what? I think I covered everything.
Think you covered everything? Oh. But I really,
I'm gonna interview
really,
you.
huh?
I'm gonna interview you next time.
You gonna interview me next time? I'm down for it. Let's go. You
Cause
got some questions you got some
I,
questions you want to ask Strawberry?
I think you got a whole story that I need to hear.
You think I probably do. I do. I got a couple of stories.
Hear it all.
You ain't hear it all?
I'm gonna interview you next time from the jump.
Let's go. I'm completely down for it. Y'all hear that? So he said he gonna interview me. So we gonna see what it's gonna be. We gonna see what type of questions he wanna ask your girl Strawberry. Anyways, I absolutely enjoyed the interview. I absolutely enjoyed hearing your story and getting to ask my questions. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Skrilla, you know I'm gonna hit you up and we gonna go ahead and call it a night.
So,
Thank you for joining. And we out.
no, it's for shizzle.